Communication styles in Kenya. Kenyans have a tendency in conversations to stand very close to the person they're talking to, and this is because to them personal space isn't much of an issue, and they tend to stand very close to make sure you're paying attention. And unless you have a problem with personal space and tell them about it, if you back off, they consider that as a rude gesture to them. And sometimes they'll try to maintain a handshake throughout the conversation to make sure you're still paying attention. And they will also try to maintain eye contact. And pointing is not considered a rude gesture unless followed by menacing words or obvious facial expressions of disgust or anger. And flexing your muscles is considered a menacing gesture.
For religion, the majority of Kenyans are Christians, and there's also a large population of Muslims. Even though there are different religions in Kenya, it doesn't necessarily break apart Kenyans, but it kind of accommodates them. And then for ethnicity, all Kenyans are associated to a different race or tribe, but ethnicity is only one big part of the big picture. And for class, in Kenya, there are no different classes like in America for like middle classes or things like that. But if you are, for example, a political leader, then you kind of expect more things than you would if you were not a political leader.
All right. And male and female relations and gender issues. In Kenya, women are regarded as being designed for menial tasks and labor, not for political or religious tasks, such as the men in Kenya. So altogether, females have slightly less political power and rights as men. And in the workplace, women tend to require higher expectations than a man to get the same job for when they're hired. Oh yeah. Dress formality and punctuality. In Kenya's workplace, it is usually slower, but punctuality is expected. And Kenyans regard 30 minutes over their deadline as not late. But deadlines, punctuality, and productivity are some big issues that are very important to them. And in the workplace, women must wear knee-high length or longer skirts, and they're not allowed to wear jeans or pants in the workplace, although that is slowly changing throughout the cities of Kenya, because religion to them is, like we said earlier, it's not a big issue, but it is slowly dying down about it. And traditional clothing is allowed if you're a Messiah if you're a Messiah or you belong to a specific tribe that clothing is a big part of, then you're allowed to wear that. But if you're not a part of that tribe or you don't live among them, then it's not allowed.
For relationship building, it is important to have a strong relationship with your family members, for example, because if you were to ask your mother or father a question, you would get an answer sooner or later because of how strong your relationship is or how strong your bond is with them. And if you were to invite someone to a cafe or for a cup of coffee or tea, that would be a friendly gesture. But it is also a friendly gesture to talk to someone about work-related problems that you're having or they may have.
And finally, this is important for teachers and students to know in America because it can keep people open-minded about their cultures and their background. So it doesn't let them judge someone by the way they act or the way they dress by first appearance or if you just met them. It lets them be open-minded about their background, why they act the way they do, and why they dress the way they do.
This is important for teachers and students worldwide because say that like maybe a student is shy or maybe they dress different or they wear different things. It may be because of different things rather than maybe they're just lazy or they don't like to do things. It could be of their past and their culture and how they live their life different than ours. So to have a different perspective from how other people live their life than how you do. So take that into consideration.